Hi there, I'm Edgar Chapa, and I picked state police, but specifically, I'm going to be talking about the Texas State Game Wardens. So, what does a game warden do? Their main goal is for conservation and the management of wildlife and to enforce related laws. So, basically, a game warden, they protect endangered wildlife and make sure the wildlife that isn't endangered, that people aren't just there destroying their whole population, and they manage population too of certain wildlife. Like for example, with hogs and pigs, those are pretty bad for the environment because they mess up a lot of farmers like land. So a game warden or they would kind of tell people or they put out there that you could hunt those things all year long just to manage their population. And how do you become a game warden? So the requirements for a game warden is you need a 4-year degree in whatever. So it doesn't have to be criminal justice. It could be like science or math. It doesn't really matter. You need to be a U.S. citizen for one, and then you need to have a valid driver's license. And another requirement is you need to have a fairly clean criminal record. So you should not have any felonies on your record. So if you have a felony, then you're pretty much screwed and you can't be one. And you cannot have a misdemeanor you can't have a class A misdemeanor. Or I think if it's like a domestic violence misdemeanor, you can't have that too. And you need to have good vision and hearing. So if you wear glasses, you're good. So that's just kind of basic, and you have to be 21 years of age too. So you can't just go in at a high school like you can with I think Border Patrol. It's 18, so you have to be 21 for a game warden. And what else? So education, yeah, you need a 4-year degree, a bachelor's degree for that. Locations available. The main game warden office, or the Texas Game Warden office, is in Austin, Texas. And they have maybe 20 law enforcement offices all throughout Texas. And down here in the valley, there's only one office, which is in Brownsville, Texas. And along with what they do, a game warden officer, they enforce laws related to conservation and enforcement of wildlife. So some duties of a law enforcement officer or a game warden is they enforce laws related to wildlife or conservation of wildlife. So for example, like when you go hunting, they enforce hunting laws. So let's say you go dove hunting, right? So you go dove hunting and the game warden pulls up, their goal there is to enforce hunting laws. So they ask if you have a valid hunting license, and they will check your shotgun to see if it's legal to use. So, a law that they enforce would be the amount of shells that you're able to put into your gun. So that's like some of the laws they'll enforce, or they'll make sure you don't have too much of the animal. That's another law that they really enforce, a major one. Like make sure you don't go over the limit. And they investigate violations. So if they notice that that someone's hiding a deer or an extra deer or something, and they see blood and the trail of blood, but they don't see the deer, so that's something they would investigate. They patrol assigned areas, just like any other law enforcement officer or law enforcement agency. Game wardens are assigned to a specific area, so they would patrol that. So some physical requirements in order to become a game warden is you have to do 22 sit-ups in 1 minute, 18 push-ups in 1 minute, a 1.5 mile run within 17 minutes, 300-meter run in under 77 seconds, so a little over a minute, and you have to swim 100 meters in under 4 minutes without touching the walls, the ground, or any barriers. That's my presentation on Texas State Game Wardens. I hope you guys got more informed about being a game warden. Have a good one.